Hello, my name is Rachel and I'm a nutritional scientist, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to start healing your relationship with food. So we all have a relationship to food, right? Whether it's healthy or unhealthy, food is something that is constantly in our lives. It's going to be in our lives forever. It's something that we need every single day to nourish our bodies. So we all have a relationship to food. And the reason that healing this relationship is so important is because it is constantly surrounding us at all times, which means that our relationship to food is also affecting everything else in our life. So that means that if we have an unhealthy relationship to food, all of our other relationships are gonna suffer. Our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with our friends, with our family members, with our loved ones, our relationship to our career, to literally the rest of our life is going to negatively be impacted if we have an unhealthy relationship with food. Now, just a little bit of a background on me. I had an eating disorder when I was in high school, and this developed from me just wanting, to be a little bit skinnier, to lose a little bit of weight, to be more active, to eat healthier. So I started eating better, I started working out more, and I noticed that the more weight I lost and the more I was dieting, the more praise I got from other people, the more I wanted to keep going, and the obsession never really stopped, and it led me into having an eating disorder. And then when I was in college, I really wanted to heal my relationship with food because I realized how it was impacting everything else in my life, and I felt worse than I did before I started my health journey and my weight loss journey, which is what started my journey on nutrition, learning about the importance of food and how it nourishes our body, and learning about different modalities. And over time, I was able to heal my relationship with food, and I've had a healthy relationship with food for over 7 years now, and it's impacted my life in so many ways, which is why I'm so passionate about helping other people heal their relationship to food, because it really is such a big part of our lives, and everybody deserves to have that healthy relationship with food and to live their life to the fullest and to enjoy their life and to go try new restaurants when you're on vacation and go spend time with your family and enjoy food together. So I just want the same for you guys, which is why I'm so passionate about this. And most people who have an unhealthy relationship with food don't even realize that their relationship with food isn't the healthiest, because unfortunately there's so many things in the wellness industry, in the society that we live in, that makes it seem like certain things are normal and healthy, and it almost becomes normalized to have an unhealthy relationship with food and an obsession with what we're eating and how much we're moving our bodies, that a lot of times we don't even realize that our relationship with food is unhealthy. So today I wanted to share with you my top tips for going on this journey, starting this journey towards healing your relationship with food. So the first step is awareness, right? So like I said, most of us don't even really know that we have an unhealthy relationship with food. And if we do know this, we're not really sure where it comes from. So first, having that awareness and understanding, what is the root cause of my unhealthy relationship with food? How long have I had an unhealthy relationship with food? Where does this come from? When did this start? And what is the root cause? Because most times our unhealthy relationship with food actually has nothing to do with food itself and everything to do with the emotions that we are avoiding feeling. So maybe those emotions are, we feel unworthy, maybe we don't feel like we're worthy of love, maybe we just don't like the way that we look in the mirror. Or maybe those emotions go a little bit deeper. Maybe there's trauma from our past that we haven't healed from, that we haven't worked through, and those emotions are really painful for us to feel, so we use food as a way to distract ourselves from feeling those feelings. So whatever those feelings are, whatever those emotions are, we want to be aware of what emotions we're trying to avoid and why we're using food to distract ourselves from feeling. And maybe you're using food as a way to have some sort of control over your life and feel in control when it feels like those emotions that you're avoiding are out of our control, or when you feel like something that you've gone through in the past was without your control. Maybe your current circumstances feel out of your control. So having some sort of control over your life, in this case food, feels safe, and it helps you feel safe when maybe you don't feel safe in other areas of your life. So first, understanding why you have that unhealthy relationship with food in the first place is so big, and we really can't continue on this journey without first understanding the why. Number 2 is working on feeling safe in your body. So this goes back to those emotions that maybe you are trying to avoid. And if we don't feel safe in our body, it can feel really scary to feel those emotions. So it is really important to start practicing different somatic modalities to help you feel safe in your body again. And I definitely recommend working with a professional to do this, to help you find safety in your body again. But some of my favorite ways to do so, some of my favorite practices to use is breath work. Breath work is a great one. Meditation, movement, yoga, breathing exercises. Those are all such great tools to help us find safety in our bodies again. But until we feel safe, we won't be able to be present in our bodies in order to feel those emotions. And also we won't be able to be present enough in our bodies to be in tune with our bodies, to listen to our hunger cues, to eat more intuitively. In order to get to the place where you're eating intuitively instead of restricting or dieting, you have to be present in your body in order to feel those feelings, to feel those hunger cues. So that is why this is the most important step before moving forward. Number 3 is to start learning about the nutritional benefits of food. So this one is huge, because once you change your mindset from food is bad for me, food is something that's gonna make me gain weight, food is scary, food is basically evil, which is something that a lot of us do. We label food as something evil, which creates this really unhealthy relationship with food. So once you understand the nutritional benefits of food and everything that food does for you and your body every single day, it really changes the game. Once you realize that not only can your body not function without these nutrients from the food that you're eating, but your mind can't properly function without these nutrients either. And food is literally responsible for so many processes in our body. It's responsible for literally keeping us alive. And once you understand that and you change your mindset from food is bad to, wow, food is nourishment, food is fuel for not only my body, but for my mind. And it's literally here to help me feel my best, perform at my best, and just be here, be alive. That really changes everything. Number 4, so after doing all of these steps, the most important thing to do after this is to practice being present in your body and to practice mindful eating. Now, mindful eating is very different than intuitive eating. Intuitive eating is the end goal, right? But it takes time to learn how to eat intuitively when you haven't been present in your body for so long, when you haven't been listening to your body for so long, when you have been constantly dieting, restricting, labeling food as evil. It can be really, really hard to eat intuitively because you're not in tune with your body yet. So this is where mindful eating comes in. And mindful eating is basically sitting at the table when you're eating your meal without any distractions. So just practicing being present, which means no watching TV, no listening to music, no working at your desk, no talking to friends, but really just being present fully with the food that's in front of you. And once you've eliminated all of those other distractions, Now you can really eat slowly. So whatever food is in front of you, practice eating slowly. So first, look at the food, notice what colors, what shapes. Maybe your food has a different shape, color, but just observing it. And then once you put it in your mouth to eat it, chewing slowly, eating slowly, and noticing what sensations are coming up for you. What does that food taste like? How does it make you feel? What does it feel like on your tongue? And really being present with all of those feelings. Maybe noticing how your food smells and being really in tune with that. But the more mindful you are during mealtime, the easier it is to start to notice your hunger cues. And once you notice your hunger cues, it's easier to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. And that's really what intuitive eating is. So the more you practice mindful eating, the easier it'll become to eat intuitively. And number 5 is mindset work. So this is a really, really big part of food that a lot of people don't talk about. The way that we view food is almost as important as the food itself. So most of us grew up labeling food as either good or bad. So these foods are good, these foods are bad. And the reason why that creates problems and creates an unhealthy relationship with food is the stress that comes along with that. The stress that comes along with eating foods that you feel guilty about or ashamed of. The stress is even more unhealthy for you than the food itself. And for example, if you decide to eat a piece of bread, but the whole time in your head, you're like, this piece of bread is so bad for me, this is going to make me feel so terrible, my body is not going to be able to digest this, it's going to make me fat. Whatever thoughts you're telling yourself while you're eating that piece of bread, how do you expect your body to react well to that food if you're constantly having these thoughts of negativity towards this food? So your mindset around food is so important. And stress causes more health issues than eating a piece of bread will ever cause you. So it is so important to notice the mindset that you have around food. Also, the reason that this is important is because this can easily create a restricting and binging cycle. Diets don't work because of this exact reason. If you are labeling certain foods as bad, you're actually going to want those foods so much more than if you were to just allow yourself to have them and to view all foods as equal. The minute you don't allow yourself to have these foods, you're gonna want them even more. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up binging on these foods because you're restricting, and then finally you're allowing yourself to eat this food and then you're gonna binge, and that creates that binge restrict cycle, which of course is very unhealthy and is a symptom of having an unhealthy relationship with food. So if you really want to heal your relationship with food once and for all, just notice your mindset around certain foods. Notice the way that you think about food, that you talk to your food, that you talk to your body when you're eating certain foods. And once you notice that maybe certain thoughts are unhealthy, then you can change those thoughts into more positive ones. I hope you enjoyed these tips to starting to heal your relationship with food. Please let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you, and if you want to go a little bit deeper into your journey towards healing your relationship with food, feel free to check out my podcast, the Full Life by Rachel podcast, or my website, thefulllifebyrachel.com. Thank you guys.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.